Dr. Sangeeta. It's so nice to meet you. You have created a unique and special program for people, immune system problems, and specifically cancer. Can you please tell us the background to this program, why you created it?
Hi Thursday, thank you. Okay, it's quite simple. I've trained as an allopathic Western trained medical doctor, but I found out early on in my training that allopathic medicine wasn't really able to address effectively chronic problems and imbalances that people have, diseases that people have, such as immune system diseases, and specifically cancer. So cancer, as everybody knows these days, is very, very, very interesting. And I've been working with cancer patients and people experiencing cancer for at least 15 years. And it was not something that I kind of designed or planned. It was something that just happened. I had a lot of knowledge and experience with different trainings, different studies, different researches, especially with quantum physics and biophysics and epigenetics and nutrigenomics and psychoneuroendocrinoimmunology. And when I was working with people, I was working based on a lot of my studies, knowledge, and also direct experience, hands-on experience with human beings. And cancer I found very, very interesting as a disease or as a state, because it forces the individual to look at and reassess every part of their life. So somebody who is experiencing cancer, they need to rethink and look at their lifestyle, the food that they eat, their behavior patterns, their habits, their relationships, and how they relate to themselves at the end of the day, and what is actually their life about. So it's about having a meaningful, purposeful, full, engaging existence. So I found cancer in itself an incredibly interesting journey working with people with cancer. And in that journey, I realized that there are certain standard challenges, standard milestones that people experience. And there was no treatment modality or any program in a structured way that would address these issues, challenges, and milestones. So I knew that it was time to create one, and that's exactly what I did. And the program is called Conscious Cancer. So that's the kind of background to it. There was a need. My patients, my clients, people were asking for something that could be followed by the individual, by their families, by their support groups, and by nurses and by healthcare professionals and doctors too, that are allowed or want to think outside of the box. So I hope that answers your question, Gustin.
Okay, it sounds so interesting. And how can the program help people with cancer and immune system problems?
Okay, so good question. The program is designed in 13 steps. And as I said previously, it addresses every part of the individual's life. So the program goes into looking at the person's nutritional lifestyle, which is very topical these days all over the world. It goes into their behaviors and their thought patterns and their relationships and emotional patterning and structure. So once somebody starts working with the Conscious Cancer Program, these challenges and these issues that are embedded within their system start to show themselves and come up. And I've worked, the whole program and my whole work is actually based on looking at a human being as a whole, not just their symptoms or even just their nutrition or just their relationships or just their mental thought patterns, or it's actually looking at the individual completely as a whole at the same time. So things that are out of balance will come up immediately because they want to be brought into balance and harmony within the individual's structure, system. So the Conscious Cancer Program, it addresses that on every level. So when you go into it, it starts with nutrition, lifestyle. Then it moves into relationships. Then it moves into mental thought patterns. And at every level, every step, there are specific activities, specific processes that the individual engages in. And the beauty of the program, it's been designed so that it's flexible. A person can engage with the program and whatever step they feel comfortable with and need. And it's not just for an individual, it can be used with couples, it can be used in a group setting, it can be used in a family setting. So it's an online audio downloadable program available from my website, www.genuinehumanbeing.com www.genuinehumanbeing.com. But I would encourage people to come and attend my introductory Conscious Cancer Program seminar. The seminar is fantastic because I go into the background of cancer, how cancer evolved, and the background of the medical viewpoint and also the cultural viewpoint and the real viewpoint, i.e. what is the actual reality of cancer, what is it? And when people have attended this seminar, they've all come out and said, we no longer, every single one of them, and I've taught this and presented this seminar all over the world, in India, in Lebanon, in Israel, in Portugal, in Turkey, in the UK, in the States, everywhere. And every single group has come out and said, we no longer have any fear of cancer. Why? Because when the mind and the emotional body accepts and understands what it is, or gets an idea at least of what it is, then they realize that there's a way out, there's a way things can be done, and fear disappears. So this is very important in the introductory cancer seminar, and I really encourage people to come. It's a 2.5-hour, 3-hour seminar. It's very interactive. It's also, there's a small film that I present, and there's a very lively question and answer session. So the seminar is for everybody that's interested in cancer, or people who have relatives or family or friends who have cancer, and they want to support them and they want to understand how they can more effectively support them. And it's also for people who have cancer themselves, so they can also understand that it's not what culturally or the conditioning popular culture is putting out, what cancer is. So I invite you to come and attend the seminar and see for yourself. And in the seminar I will also be giving a lot more details about the Conscious Cancer Program itself and the steps and how to